Welcome to BackStory with your hosts, Mylars bandmates and lifelong friends, Quig and Danny. The guys have lots of fun episodes coming, so please take a second to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Now, here's your hosts, Quig and Danny.
Welcome to BackStory. I'm Quig.
And I'm Danny.
And on this episode, we're going to talk about the lost Christmas song, Jingle Bell Bottoms. So back in the mid to late 90s, Danny and I were in a band called Mystery Bloom, and we were signed to a Japanese label called Taichiku Panasonic. And our manager called us while we were working on our second record in the middle of summer and said they want the first single to be a Christmas song. So at that point, trying to get the Christmas mood, I had taken some music our singer at the time, Ray, had. It was a pre-existing thing he was working on. I took it home and I put it in my cassette deck in the middle of a heat wave and I wrote down the lyrics to Jingle Bell Bottoms. It kind of fit the band at the time because we were all wearing bell bottoms and we were probably more in the 60s in our head than we were in the 90s in our head anyway. So it was the perfect thing. And at that point, I brought it to the table with Ray and Danny. Danny added a inner part about it's Christmas time in the middle of it. Mm-hmm. And then I added on top of it was, And the Children Sing, was a nod to John Lennon, which comes out of the Beatles song, A Continuing Story of Bungalow Bill. And at that point, we had our single for the label, and it was time to record it.
So we were doing pre-production rehearsals for this record up in upstate New York. It was Ray, myself, Quig, and at that time the drummer of the band was actually Rob Affuso, who was recently came from the recently defunct band Skid Row. So Rob was playing drums with us, and I remember I think we took a lunch break, and we were all kicking ideas around about who we would like to produce this next record for us. And, of course, as any band would, coming up with our wish list of producers we probably couldn't get or were out of our price range and, out of our reach. And I think I threw out, just for fun, or one of us threw out just for fun, being the big Kiss fans we are, how about Eddie Kramer? And Rob said, I know Eddie. He doesn't live too far from here. Let me get him on the phone. And I think all of us thought he was joking. Well, within a half an hour, Eddie Kramer was knocking on his garage door to our rehearsal studio. It was hilarious. He actually picked up the phone. Eddie was home. He was in between project at the time, and he just seemed totally game to do this record for us. And literally within the hour, Eddie was in our rehearsal studio helping us, kick off pre-production for the record. So then like a week later, we basically packed up our gear and headed down to New Jersey to begin recording the Glow record and the recording of Jingle Bell Bottoms.
And let's hear Jingle Bell Bottoms now. But before we do, I want to ask Danny a question. Do you remember with Mystery Bloom, we had our very first 2-page layout in a major rock magazine? Do you remember what rock magazine that was? But don't tell us till after Jingle Bell Bottoms.
Some incense from my brother and some tea from way out of town. A CD copy of Pepper, but don't you eat the acid and brown.
And that was Jingle Bell Bottoms. I love it. So, which major rock magazine did we have our first layout in? 2 pages.
It was 2 pages. I know. I remember how excited we were when our manager called us and told us it was a big magazine in Europe, probably one of the biggest magazines in Europe for rock. It was a magazine called Burn Magazine.
That's right.
I wonder if Burn's still around.
I think it is. We had a few pictures in it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, we thought we were cool.
All right, that wraps up another episode of BackStory. I'm Quig.
And I'm Danny.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care.
BackStory has been brought to you by Melody Records. We'll see you next time.